In this video I'm going to show you Toolemu's Inbox 360, which is our Outlook integration with our CRM. What you'll see straight away on the right hand side, I'm running Outlook here. I'm running it as a user called Jeff Vader, and this is just a set of test data, and I'm just going to show you through some of the features. On the right hand side here you can see what we call the sidebar. And the sidebar shows us data from within Toolemu CRM instantly in Outlook. So if I move between these two emails here, we'll see any data that we have in CRM. The only one I've got data for is this Mike Nash record. If I look over here I can see a few bits and pieces of information. So obviously the person's name, a little indicator to see whether or not they're inside CRM, their phone number, which we can have click to call, their website address, which we can have clickable to go visit them, whether they're a lead or a customer, if they are a customer, what grade they are if you use customer grading, and when we first and last had contact with them as a business. We're also showing which people in the business are working with this particular company. And then down here we start to get into some more interesting data. So we can see the lifetime value of the customer, their current balance, do they have open quotes or sales orders, opportunities, support tickets, and we can drill into this data just by looking in here. So we can see this particular client has a couple of open invoices overdue because it's highlighted in orange. These are things that have been purchased recently, and you can see the overall sales chart for the last little while. In the Influence tab we can see there's a $5,000 opportunity called Sales, which is at the quotation stage, and we can also see that Mike from Toolemu referred us to A to Z Stationery Supplies as a customer. Moving along here we can see any open tickets. So we have a ticket here, trays are wet in the cafeteria. It was on the 24th of the 7th, so it's a brand new ticket. And last but not least, we see down here the communications that we've had. So these can be email communications, records of phones, meetings, tasks, but also things like visits to the website and web forms that have been filled in. So the purpose of this sidebar really is to give the user of CRM immediate insight when they receive an email from one of your clients. So straight away from here I can see this customer owes me $500. I don't have to go into my accounting system. I don't have to go into my CRM system and hunt around for that data. It's just really being put there right in front of my face. One other nice feature of this little sidebar, aside from clicking to call, is that you can actually hyperlink from here into CRM. So for example, if I go into the Influence section, I take a look at opportunities, I can click there and it'll open up the opportunity from within CRM, so it does provide some fast access. That works with opportunities. It'll work with these items here, so I can click here and I'll get the Mike and Mr. Stevens meeting, which is planned in CRM with Jeff Vader and myself. I can even go back and I can get the email that I sent to Jeff just to set up really for this demo. So again, what this lets you do is you get an email from a customer, say similar to this one, that says please call me as soon as you can, and you'll see even when I open up the email I see the sidebar as well. So what's nice is straight away, please call me as soon as you can, I can have a look, I can see there's an open opportunity, there is a support ticket, I can pop in there, I can see the trays are wet in the cafeteria, there's a $5,000 opportunity, guy owes me a few $100s. So right away I get like a little bit of insight into who this person is and what their current status of their relationship is. The other thing that our Inbox 360 does allow us to do is when we get an email like this, we can synchronize it to CRM. Now we're not going to synchronize all emails to CRM because you get an awful lot of noise. Even just trying to arrange a meeting, you may go through 5, 10, 15 emails backwards and forwards between people. Is this time good? Is that time good? So we recommend that you synchronize emails more selectively to keep the signal to noise ratio in your CRM to the right level. So we see here a Toolemu menu's been added. I can click there, and what I can do is synchronize the email. That'll grab this email with any attachments and it will just copy it straight into the CRM. So if I hit sync email, I'll get a little dialogue. It's from Mike Nash at Toolemu. It's to Jeff Vader, and I can hit the OK button. Now it's asking me, do I want to associate TallEmu.com with the company TallEmu? You would usually want to say yes to that, because that means that I don't have to think about which particular company an email address belongs to. So for TallEmu.com you would associate it, for a Gmail or a Hotmail you would not. Just because of the way I've got my demo set up, I'm going to say no to that, so it'll ask me every time. And what just happened there, I don't know whether you noticed, but there was a little blinking flash. That just means the sync's done. It's now inside the TallEmu CRM database, and if I wanted to, I could get rid of this email. You can also see here two more buttons. One's Create Opportunity, one's Create Support Ticket. These do pretty much what you would expect. If I create an opportunity from here, what it's going to do is it will make a new opportunity record inside the CRM. It will look for the Mike Nash record. It'll try to find it by its email address. If the Mike Nash record doesn't exist, it'll create it. Once we have a Mike Nash record, it will then go and create the opportunity, link it all up. It'll copy the body of this email into the opportunity, and what it will then do is synchronize the email to that opportunity inside TallEmu CRM, all in one quick operation. The same sort of thing happens with a support ticket. You click Create Support Ticket, and straight away, boom, you've got a support ticket inside the CRM with everything attached to it. It's just a very, very fast operation indeed. If I come back to my main menu inside Outlook, I can click on the tab. There's a meeting here with Mike and Mr. Stevens. That's actually synchronized out of TallEmu CRM. I created a meeting in there earlier on, and what we want to do to synchronize our calendar, simply go to the menu and we can click Synchronize Contacts and Calendar, and it'll do it. Now, if you have this set up correctly, this will work from anywhere where you have an internet connection, so you're not required to be in the office to perform the sync. So let's say, for example, at 5 o'clock in the evening we had a meeting which was a personal meeting. So let's make a new meeting inside Outlook, and let's just say some personal meeting. Maybe a doctor's appointment or something like that. Maybe it's happening in the middle of the day. Doesn't really matter. What we can do is we can hit the privacy flag here inside Outlook and mark that as a private meeting. And I'll hit the Save and Close button. So now I have my meeting which I synchronized in earlier from CRM, and I have my personal meeting down here. I'm going to hit the Sync Contacts and Calendar button, and in the background that's going to start synchronizing with TallEmu CRM. I'll open up CRM in just a moment or two, and we'll take a look at that. While we're in Outlook still, I will also just quickly show you synchronization from the inbox. So before, what I did was I opened up an email and I used the TallEmu menu here to perform a sync. If I already know what the email is, I can grab the email and I can hit sync. Just there, it does exactly the same. But if I wanted to sync 3 or 4 emails, I could multi-select them and I can click Quick Sync Email. And what that'll do is that'll just synchronize the email directly into TallEmu. It's not going to ask me any questions at all. It's just going to do it, put them in there, create contacts, and the job is done. What I'll do is I'll just drag over the CRM. We can see the meeting with Mike and Mr. Stevens in the cafeteria, which matches up with Outlook. And down here we see our private meeting. It just says private. That's it. Let's move CRM back out of the way. We can also set a couple of options inside here. So if I grab my TallEmu menu, I can go here, Options, and there's a few things that I can choose. I can choose how far back to sync my calendar. Normally you only want to go back a month or so, just speeds things up a little bit. I can do a one-way calendar sync, so only meetings created inside CRM will go to Outlook. Generally speaking, you don't want to do that because you want the flexibility of creating meetings either on your smartphone or inside Outlook and having them sync. Auto sync calendar pretty much does what you would expect it to do, and you can set a time interval there. We can choose here where inside Outlook we want to save our meetings and our contacts. So that's if you have multiple contact folders, you can select which one's the most appropriate. And one that I would generally recommend that we do want to turn on is use the one-way contact sync from CRM to Outlook, because you want to have CRM being the main source of truth, if you like, and pushing data out to all of the Outlook devices. So that's really it for the basics of the Outlook plugin. As a quick recap, we have the ability to synchronize our calendar, we can synchronize our contacts, we can view pertinent data within Outlook, synchronize emails, create support tickets, and generally get a real nice view of where we are simply by receiving an email.